Hello guys, this is Uncle Big Fish, and this video we're gonna be talking about how good is MAEGU actually. So I got a couple of questions of people asking me, Uncle Big Fish, is MAEGU really that good? And what is she good at, what is she bad at? So we're gonna be discussing that today. It's probably been around 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks since we got MAEGU. So well, it's close to 3 weeks. So we're gonna be discussing that right now, and I will let you guys know what I know so far. I've mained the class since its release, so I know a little bit about what this class is good at, what class is bad at. Let's just dive into her skills first, and then we can dive into the other things afterwards. Alright, so let's talk about her skills first and what it does. The first skill will be the skill Moonstruck. This is pretty much your main. It's not really your main DPS, but this is one of your stabs or super tier attack power, one of your spammable damage filler skills. Yeah. In hindsight, this thing deals 275 times 6 per hit, so that's actually quite nice if you think about it. Let's just do the rough maths here. Let me open my calculator. That's 275 times 6. That's 1.650. Now you can get, that's per hit, and this thing hits twice, so we're gonna times that by 2, giving you a total of 3,300% damage. That is an absurd amount of damage for a skill like this. This is quite a spammable skill. It lasts pretty long. As you see there, it lasts pretty long. It lasts for a total of 1.5 seconds, and it has Serid, so it does have a cooldown of only about 4 seconds, give or take. Yeah. Now, this skill is very good. You can imbue this with super armor or forward guard. You can turn it off if you want it to be forward guard. Turn it on if you want to keep it as super armor. It does have healing. This thing heals 120 per hit, so it's not exactly the greatest healing in the world. However, if I will show you here very quickly, let's just go to open arenas and you will see by yourself what it does. Now, I'll first take off all my my damage healing, the healing ones. I have a lot of healing ones. Alright, let me take this thing off, and then here, we'll take this off, and this one. So, I've already taken out all of my skills that has something to do with the healing. So this will pretty much be a full heal, the full healing value of the skill. Just turn this thing on, and I will let you guys see here real quick. I will lock on this one and use it. As you see there, it has a pretty insane amount of healing. You can clearly see here it hits a total of 6 times. Yeah, on this healing thingy, it has a total of 6 instances of healing, so it's almost 1,000%. Give or take, we'll probably say that's a little bit over 900 probably from just the healing alone. Probably a lot closer to 700, maybe 700, 750, around that area. And then you have the Serid, which heals 1.5% of your health. And if you forgot, this class have an amazing passive, but we'll talk about it later. So the healing on itself is actually pretty good. It's not incredible, but it's pretty good for a healing skill. It heals a lot more than what you think, so it's quite insane. Yeah. Now we'll talk about the skill Charm Sunflash. Now, people think that this is an engaged skill, which you're right, yeah, this is an engaged skill. However, this thing does have 2 hits, and it deals 1.2k per hit. And the second one will arrive 3 seconds after. So this is actually quite insane. The moment you hit something, you imbue them with those petals. Yeah, I'll just show you here what it looks like. Once you hit them once, you see there, it will imbue them with that petal, and then it will explode, as you see there. Yeah, we'll do this from close up so you can see how much damage it deals. This person is annoying. Alright, let's go. Alright, as you see there, bam, it crit again. Alright, so it deals a damage on the first hit, and then 3 seconds after, bam, it hits again. Alright, so that's pretty much what it does, give or take. Yeah, that's how much what it does. It's pretty incredible if you think about it. It deals around 2.4k% damage, and does have Le Brief, so it can crit. Yeah. Next, this is also your main super armor for arenas. You can linger, and you can linger the skill just a little bit. It's not great, but it's got some lingers. Yeah, some lingers. It's got some. What it does is you can do this. All right, you can actually cast this once, and then you can do whatever you want. You can cast other skills, and then you can teleport back to where you cast it the first time. So the cast point is where you cast it, not where it arrives to. So if I press it again, I won't be going here, but I'm gonna be going here to where I cast it. So say I do this and I walk, I'm gonna go all the way back to where I cast it, which is here. This is the cast point. So the cast point is where you cast it, not where it arrives to. So the cast point is where I'm standing here, not in this place. So you can actually go back. You can remember that. Yeah, you can remember that a bit. You can teleport back only 3.5 seconds after you cast the skill. If you wait too long, around like 4 seconds, suddenly you can't teleport back, as you see there, and the icon stays there, which is really annoying if you think about it. Yeah, so you can only hold the skill. If you want to teleport back, you need to teleport within 3.5 seconds. You cannot wait anymore. If you wait anymore, the skill will cancel. And what will happen is this. You see the icon over there? It's still stuck. The icon is stuck there, but you're not teleporting back. Let's just see this one more time. I'm gonna waste time here, and I'm gonna click it again, and it fails. It can't teleport back, right? You can't do it back. That's when the skill stall is gone. So you need to teleport back within 3.5 seconds. We've tested this. 3.5 seconds is the timer. Next, let's talk about something pretty fun, which is the skill Echoing Souls. This is a pretty funny skill, and a lot of people have been asking me, why don't you put Serit? Well, the reason for that is this thing costs MP to cast, by the way. And then when you use Serit, the way Serit works is it doesn't heal you in every hit, but it heals you per cast. And this essentially casts as one skill. This whole thing acts as one skill. And because of that, if you use Serit on it, it will only heal you once, not as what you thought. Oh my god, it keeps healing. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It only heals you once when you cast it. That's it. Alright, that's how Serit works. And that's why I don't use Serit. This thing has a very, very, very high base power, and if it crits, it's just a lot better. Increasing the crit chance is just a lot better offer compared to just healing once. This thing is absolutely garbage. Don't ever use Serit on this skill. Never, ever, ever use Serit on this skill. Next will be the skill Petal Storm. This thing has a flow, but I turn it off because I think the flow makes it worse in a lot of instances, yeah? You see here, I can actually do this, and it teleports me to the opponent, which is kind of weird if you think about it, because why would I want to do that? Like, I mean, the whole reason behind this skill is to cast it from far away. And if I need to get close, it's kind of bad, especially for arenas. And there's a long windup, so it's not really that good for field either. It doesn't go very far. So it's pretty redundant if you think about it. It doesn't go very, very far. Next, let's talk about what it does if you turn the flow off. The range is actually quite insane if you think about it. I'll show you here. I will lock on this character over here, and I will go all the way here, and I think it will still clip. There you go, it still clips, yeah? Let's go to the edge over here. Will this clip? I'm not sure. I think it will just be short off. Yeah, but it's pretty close. If I move a little bit here, I think it will clip, yeah? Around here, it will clip for sure. There you go, it clips, yeah? It does clip there. And it's not just that. It actually deals damage while you're casting it. Not just, it deals damage to your surrounding area, not just when you're casting it. So if I'm locking on the character on the very edge there, but if I cast the skill, the one next to me gets damage as well, because it deals a surrounding damage onto your area cast point. On your cast point, it deals an AoE effect, which is those petals over there. You see there's a lot of those petals, yeah? So this is actually a really, really good skill. You can spam this thing from pretty far away. You can cast this, and you can cast this, and you have a good array of long-range skills. However, the wind-up is pretty slow. And so if you're in arenas, people can punish you during that window, yeah? Because you're basically for a whole, like, I think for a whole half seconds you're just doing this, which is like doing nothing, essentially. Yeah, that's where the bad part goes. Next, let's talk about the skill Charm Earthbound. This thing is probably your main stab or your highest damage skill. This skill is absolutely insane. I'm not kidding, this skill is just so fucking brain dead. I don't understand how it's dealing so much damage, while on paper it doesn't actually look like it's that impressive. Let's just do the rough maths here, right? Let's see. How many hits does it do? 1. It does 1 hit, alright? Just 1. Like that. Alright? So that's 6, 8, 7 times 3. That's only supposed to be 2,600 base power. Let's say the enemy gets the passive Charm Spirit Circle. Say that lasts for 3 seconds, right? So that's essentially 33 times 4 times 3. So that's 396. So if we put on the math there, that's gonna be 2,000 plus 400, give or take. 2,000 plus 400. That's 2,400% damage, which is not supposed to be that great. But then when you look at it, it deals so much damage. I'm not kidding. You look at that, holy fuck, that is a lot of damage, guys. That's a lot of damage. I don't know how this thing is kind of like designed. I don't really know if it's a bug or something, but it deals way more damage than what I expected. It's actually quite insane to see how much this thing does. Also, the A-hip, it procs so often. I don't really understand how that's even the case. It procs very often, guys. Like out of 5 times you do it, you're probably like A-hip like twice, probably. But I think the main thing here is, because it's a single hit skill, you can feel it when it crits. Like, you can feel the difference of when it crits, alright? I'll put it this way for you guys to understand. If, say, I have a 2-hit skill that deals 500 damage each, and I have a 1-hit skill that deals 1,000 damage. When you crit once with the 1,000 damage with the 1 hit, you will deal basically 2,150 damage. That is the 2.15% times the critical hit value. So essentially, it's 2.15 times 1,000. Alright? So far, I hope everyone here understands. This is going to be a bit complicated for most people, but I will try to make this as easy as I can to make you guys understand. But so, essentially speaking, you are dealing 1,150 more damage from a single crit. So a crit matters more when it has more base power. It's more noticeable, you know? Now, if, say, I crit with like a 500 damage skill that hits twice, that means only it's 500 times 2.15. And that is actually a lot less than what you think. That's actually only 575 damage. So it's not actually noticeable. Especially if a skill hits many times, it's not noticeable. But the moment you use a skill with a high base power, if it crits, you can definitely see it. You can see it 100%. You can see it. Alright? Next, let's talk about this next skill. This will be the Delusive Dash, and this is a pretty funny skill. So recently they buffed this skill just a little bit. Well, not a little bit, it's quite significant actually. It deals around 1,650% damage, give or take. It's very slow. It's a very slow moving skill. Like very, very slow. I'm not kidding. It's actually very, very slow. You see this? Very slow. So what it does is, it dashes backwards or wherever you put your analog on. Say like I put it at my analog straight, then it's gonna go forwards, and then it will shoot. So the CC is actually after you dash, and it's pretty slow. So it's very unlikely to clip someone. But if you do get it, it can pretty much summarize for a very high punish, because this skill does not tickle. It's almost 1,700%, yeah, or give or take 1.650. So it's pretty painful, guys. Don't sleep on it. Yeah, don't sleep on it. This thing is pretty painful for a single stab skill, or like just a mobility skill. This does pretty high damage, and you will sooner understand that this is not the full extent of the damage. Next is gonna be the skill Sky Pounce. This is another invincible skill, so she's got two, yeah? One on the Delusive Dash and one on the Sky Pounce. This thing hits 3 times, not twice. This thing says max 2 hits, but it's actually 3. However, the one that has the prompt is only the first 2. So the third one doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't deal damage, it doesn't have CC. However, there is a third hit. It just doesn't do anything, if you get it. Alright? You see this? 1, 2, 3. Okay? 3 hits. So this is kind of deceptive. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand that. So this skill has 3 hits, but the last one doesn't do anything. That's probably why they put max 2 hits. That's probably why. Alright? So this thing in hindsight doesn't actually deal that much damage. This thing is about 1.7k% roughly, give or take. And it's not bad, but it's pretty slow. And because it's slow, the damage that pumps out is pretty lackluster. You can use the skill in many different ways. You can use this to engage. You can hold the skill and put it on lock. If you lock on something, it's gonna keep teleporting to that target over and over again. And if this skill if the target goes out of bounds, or the enemy gets too far away, what will happen is you will just teleport in place, and that's just pretty annoying, but it is how it is. If you see here, and I hold the skill, it will keep on continuously teleporting to the opponent. However, if I get too far, like here, it actually keeps chasing. I think they probably fixed it, yeah, but I think for a long while there, if you don't, you'll just teleport in place. I think it happens a lot more in arenas. I don't know if you guys know that, but it does happen in arenas pretty often. I think you can see it on my previous videos, my MAEGU videos. And also, it will stop if the enemy goes invisible. So that's also something you need to take note of. This skill is very, very good for different reasons. You can use this as a means of mobility as well. You can actually use this and just continuously keep your analog to where you want to teleport, and it will just keep on doing that. You will keep moving over and over again. See? 1, 2, 3. Alright? You can move it wherever you want, and that's the good part about the skill. Next, let's talk about the next skill. It will be Severing Swipe. This is a farming skill, but we don't use that for farming. So this skill is pretty obsolete. You can put it that way, yeah? This skill is pretty obsolete, which is kind of sad if you think about it, because it's got so much potential, but it just sucks. It sucks, yeah? Alright, so this is going to be the skill build for this one. This for farming. You only use 4 skills, just kind of funny. She only uses 4 skills for farming, and this one is said to be the highest KPM for farming. I guess that's what I heard. So you don't use this. The skill is pretty obsolete. It's pretty useless. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have any branches. So kind of sad, but oh well. I guess you can't have everything, right? This is kind of sad, actually. Next is going to be the skill Sigil Shot. This is pretty much one of your most important skills. Don't sleep on it. This thing, one of them deals roughly 1,500% damage. 447 times 3. Yeah, it's not that much, probably like 1.4 something, probably around that area. It doesn't hurt as bad, but it's pretty good, yeah? It deals 1350% damage. It's pretty nice. And this is also your opening skill, alright? This is one of your opening skills. So you do need to use this to engage if you want to. It does move a little bit on the first hit, but after the first hit, it doesn't really do much. It just stays in place. So if I do this and I push my analog forwards and I use Sigil Shot, it'll move a little bit, but then it will not do anything. The next 2 hits will not move. If you get it, alright, doesn't move. So that's, I guess that's one way they try to balance it, because if they don't, it's gonna be pretty broken, I think. Yeah. This thing does a stun on first hit and daze on the second hit, which is kind of nice. You can use this for engage pretty much. But the price of this is having Seret. Now, this skill has only 4-second cooldown, with each of the cooldown having 1 to 2 second duration. So if you look here, yeah, it has probably around 1.5 second duration. It has 4-second cooldown. So give or take, this thing has only about 2.5 second effective cooldown, which means that you can spam the living shit out of this skill. It's just nuts. You can use this inside your combos. You can do this for a lot of different reasons. But one thing is, the skill is really good. However, the targeting really sucks. It just misses altogether if an enemy moves. So if you cast this on something that's moving, it will 100% not clip. Believe me on this, it will not clip. We have tried testing this. I tried testing this with Andy, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So I just told him to just run around the edge of the arena, and I'll be on the middle of the arena. This thing reaches half the arena range, by the way, so you can actually cast this from the middle part of the arena. The range is not bad. However, the range is delayed because it takes time before this projectile arrives on the target. It's pretty slow, guys. It's pretty slow. And then if an enemy moves, it doesn't hit at all. Like, I'm not kidding, it doesn't even hit anything. It just hits the... It doesn't have priority target. So it just hits wherever. And it's kind of annoying. If that makes sense. But essentially speaking, that is how it is. And well, hopefully you guys learned something about this Sigil Shot. You can use this a lot more defensively. You can use this to actually bait people to use skills, or you can use this to, you can just spam the living shit out of this skill and just heal back some HP. It does heal a significant bit because the cooldown is pretty short. Next will be the last skill. That will be the Fox Flames. Now, and in hindsight, you can see, oh my god, max 11 hits. Dude, it deals 469% damage per hit, and it can hit 11 times. However, there's a catch, guys. There is a catch, alright? There is a catch. The way this works is, it goes like this. Let me just show you real quick. It goes like this. So it moves, guys. It moves from your point to the enemy. It'll move from where I cast it to probably around 5-6 meters. And there's no way an enemy will be going from where you are and then it goes somewhere else. Plus, the skill has no super armor in arenas or in field, so it's really useless. And the only point of using the skill is for farming. This skill is absolutely awesome for farming. It's just very nice. It's a very good skill for farming, and I do recommend people to use this for farming. As I've shown before, this is the only skills you need for farming. Pretty much don't need to change anything. This is good, alright? This is good. You don't need to change anything. This is pretty perfect. You can probably change like the Petal Storm into maybe all, and then your Earthbound, probably use Liberty for more consistency. But aside from that, there's not really anything else that you need to change. This will be the PvP skill set I'm using. I opted not to use Echoing Souls because this skill is pretty dud. That skill is only good for world bosses, right? Next will be a couple more things. Let's talk about our passive, yeah? Now this is one interesting passive. A lot of people have been asking me what this passive is all about. And I have talked about previously on the first MAEGU video, I think, if I recall correctly. So, let's just read the whole thing. Absorb the essence of enemies with your Fox Orb to strengthen yourself and weaken foes. Alright, pretty self-explanatory. Apply Fox Orb for 20 seconds, so the effects below will last for 20 seconds. The buffs, at least, yeah? PvP damage taken 1.5 for 20 seconds. So, essentially, you can have 9 stacks of this, giving a total of 13.5% PvP damage reduction. Next, it also gives 2.5% times 9 spell amp, which means that it amplifies all the damage you have, giving you a total of 22.5% damage amplification at max stack. And it gives you 4% HP recovery. This thing will be multiplied by 9, giving you a total of 36% HP recovery bonus. So the way this thing works is, it's not that it recovers 36% of your health. No, what it does is it amplifies every bit of healing that you have, regardless of it being potion or imprints or whatever. It doesn't give a shit. Alright, the only thing that matters is if it heals you, it'll heal you more by 36%. And it stacks additively to any other healing amp that you have. So this is crazy. This is where we put the borderline for broken. This class's sustain is absolutely broken. There is no doubt about it in my mind. This class have the best sustain in the game. Through proper testing with maximum, right? I'm talking like maximum investment in HP recovery. So we're going with like full imprints for healing, like what I'm using on this one. I think I'm using this one. Yeah, this thing says max level already, yeah? So that one gives you a total of 20. The fairy skill gives you 20% more HP from potions, and then you can get more from your imprints. I'm not using it here, but I do have it. Where did I put it? Yeah, I think I put it in my paladin or something. Not this one, not this one, not this one. Not this one as well. This one, 15% HP recovery from potions. This thing is a red. There's the pink one. It has more. I think it's 15 or 17. I couldn't recall that. And then there's actually a lot more from this one. Gives 15% as well. We put everything on max values on pink, and from the ones that gives on hit HP around those, we accounted for those as well. This class can heal a total of 6,300%. No, 6,300 HP in 3 seconds. You literally only do this. That's it. You do that, and you press your potions with max stack on your Fox Orb. You will heal 6,300 HP. It's actually kinda insane. It's actually kinda insane. That's pretty much what MAEGU does, pretty much, yeah? Alright, so now let's continue with the passive talk. Now, it deals 300% of your explosion damage. Now, this 300% damage is not corresponding to your CP, it's just 300% explosion damage to one target. This thing does deal more damage when you have more CP. So it scales, yeah? It deals damage to one target 3 seconds after it procs on an opponent. So this thing can be applied pretty often, alright? Next will be apply HP recovery, minus 10% for 10 seconds to target on hit. So essentially this thing reduces your enemy's ability to heal. Although 10% is not really a lot, you need to probably have more, but this allows for a much better set. If you're using an imprint set that is focused around HP recovery reduction, this thing will help because it makes it a lot better. All of these stats, they stack additively, so it actually enhances what you already have. It's not great by itself, but if you're using an HP reduction imprint, this is going to be awesome. Next will be apply PvP damage taken plus 5%. This is essentially meaning that people take more damage by 5%. Basically, for 10 seconds, the enemy will take 5% more damage from all sources that are from players. Next will be damage against all monsters, 10% for 20 seconds. This is your basic buff for all your spells, yeah? So this is pretty much what MAEGU does in hindsight. Its kit is absolutely awesome. This class is very bulky, very tanky. It heals so much. However, there's a bit of a catch in all that. She's very slow. And because she's very slow, her damage doesn't pump quickly. Like in one instance of you casting this one skill, or this two, yeah? It'll take in roughly the same amount of time for other classes to cast like 4 skills. And because of that, it's actually not as great as you guys think. There's a lot of dilemma with this class in my opinion. Like I don't really know what to do in Black Sun in particular. This class is pretty good for mass PvP, but it doesn't actually kill a lot because its base power is pretty low. Because there's only like, I think the only damage with real damage is only these, and they cast very long, and it's not exactly the most hard-hitting skills. So it's only got this, and that's it. The rest of the skills will be on cooldown. The other skills barely do any damage. It's not very, it doesn't do anything. So she doesn't have a good continuous damage output. That is the problem. You can argue, you can put Echoing Souls, but this thing has no protection in field, nor in arenas. So if you get hit and it gets cancelled, you get punished, it's even worse. So it's better off not using it. So this class is absolutely broken for, I would say, for bosses. This thing's boss damage is absolutely insane. I tried going a full MP set. I put MP recovery on my gloves, my helmet, my main weapon, and my sub weapon. I put basically mana regen on all 4, and my Echoing Souls just won't ever end. It just won't end. It just kept going. So it was like a machine gun. It's actually insane. I probably won't do it again because it takes up money to actually take out these. You need like 5 billion, and I got like 4. Yeah, so I'm probably not gonna do it here, but you guys get the point. Yeah, it's very, very, very insane. Very, very insane. So I think that's pretty much what MAEGU is all about. I've played this class since release, and I think this class is pretty fun. I think for people who like to slow play, this class is very fun. If you like the button smash, this class is absolutely horrible. Don't play this class if you like the button smash. If you want a fast class, this is not the class for you. However, if you like a slow paced class, you like a class that kind of like moves elegantly and stuff, you can play this class. I think this class is pretty fun. I think it's very enjoyable for people who like to slow play. And one last thing I want to note is, when you use evasion, don't just move. After you use evasion, try to wait a little bit. I'll just show you here what her evasion looks like, her neutral evasion, so without direction, yeah? Do you see how long that linger was? That lingering invincible is fucking long. Like, I'm not kidding. That evasion iframe is very long. It's almost half a second, or probably half a second. That's half a second after you arrive. So you can probably just do this, and then you can wait a little bit. Her directional evasion kind of shit though, but it's not great, as you can see there. The directional evasion is not great, but the neutral evasion, now that is a completely different story. It's so broken. I'm not kidding. That evasion is super broken. Alright, I think that's gonna be about it from me for all of this mumbo jumbo. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I really hope that you guys had a good time watching this. I know there's a lot to cover, and it takes up about 34 minutes already, but I do have some MAEGU clips for those that wanted to learn this class. Her combos are actually pretty simple. There's gonna be my own combo. It goes like this. You can start with either Sigil, or you can start with your Sunflash, or you can start with Delusive Dash, whichever you can get. Yeah, basically you can start this from a daze or a stun, and what will happen is you will continue that with one more Sigil, and then what you will do is you will use Moonstruck. And the way you want to use Moonstruck is you can actually do this, okay? You can actually go Moonstruck, Petal Storm, Earthbound, and then another Moonstruck. I know it's a short combo, it doesn't look like it's a lot, but trust me, the damage is absolutely real. It's very, very high damage. Now I'll show you some of my sets. This is my PvP set. Pretty much I put Seret. I got Seret investment on my Moonstruck and my Sigil. I put Labrave on Sunflash, and Ahip for both the Earthbound and the Petal Storm. The rest is, as you can see there, pretty much a pretty simple set. I turn off the flow on the Petal Storm. For farming, this is what I'm going to be using. This one's for farming, and this one is for bosses. Pretty much this set is centered on mana, so you might want to turn on your mana imprints if you're doing like bosses, if you want to run bosses. I think this skill makes killing bosses pretty trivial. Yeah, it's a very, very high damage, unstoppable skill. It's just absolutely broken. I think this class with full mana imprints can pretty much solo carry even elite guild boss rushes. It's absolutely insane. This class just deals continuous damage, unlimited damage. It's just really messed up, to be honest. For world bosses, this class is top notch. No arguments there. This class is probably the best. Probably the single best class for world bosses. Probably. Aside from that, farming, very excellent. One of the best farmers in the game. And also, this class just have so much utility. This thing is just really good. Yeah, you can actually go teleport, and then you can use, say, a Delusive Dash to go around the enemy, and then you teleport back with using the active on the Sunflash. Allows for a more dynamic movement. It's just a really, really, really good skill. The kit of this class is absolutely awesome. However, it's just a bit slow. That's all. And it lacks other forms of forward guard break and stuff, but that's perfectly fine. She is considered a ranged class. You can play this for more kitey playstyle. You don't need to go aggressive. I think that's going to be about it from me for this MAEGU class. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had a good time. And let me just play a clip of me playing the MAEGU. I probably have it already. I haven't clipped it, but I will later. It's currently Karkia time, so I can't really use that, yeah? Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Enjoy the arena clips, guys.
Bye!